I'm John from Escapade Bars, and today I'm going to be making you a classic sweet Manhattan. Now Manhattan actually predates the martini that we think of, in that the original version of the martini, the Martinez, actually had sweet vermouth and some hints of orange in it, which is exactly what the Manhattan has. So, what we have in the Manhattan is a stirred cocktail. It can go straight up like this, or on the rocks in a rocks glass, obviously. And it's either rye whiskey or bourbon with sweet vermouth if it's dry, sweet and dry vermouth if it's perfect, or dry vermouth if it's a dry Manhattan, if that makes sense. Today we're going to go for a sweet one because, frankly, I prefer them. So, what we're going to start off with is we're going to go for 1.25 ounces of bourbon. No, we're not. We're going to go for 1.5 ounces. 1.5 ounces of bourbon. So, there we go. It's my drink. I'm going to make it big if I want to. And then we're going to have our sweet vermouth. Now, different people put different amounts of the vermouth in. At the end of the day, it's a cocktail that's over 150 years old. There's nobody on the planet who can tell you that you're making it the wrong way. As long as you've got the right ingredients in it, the actual final proportions of them are kind of down to your interpretation and what you prefer. And I don't like too much vermouth in my cocktails, so I'm not going to go bananas with it. I'm just going to add, for my 1.5 ounces of the bourbon, I'm just going to go for 1/2 to 3/4 of an ounce of the sweet vermouth. So, that's it. Now, what we have, Angostura bitters. Careful with this stuff, it's pretty potent. All you need is literally 1 drop, 2 drops, which is really lucky because that's pretty much all there is left in my bottle. The oversized label, just as a geeky bar fact on the Angostura bitters, it's made in the Caribbean, and the only reason for the oversized label is that their suppliers screwed up an order and actually sent them a label that was too big for the little bottle. And in true Caribbean spirit, they just thought, whatever, we'll stick it on anyway. And it's stuck, and it's kind of a trademark for Angostura bitters now that the label's actually bigger than the bottle it goes on. So we've got that on there. Come in with our bar spoon, and I'm going to use it upside down. And the reason for using it upside down isn't because it's got cream on the end of it from the last cocktail that I made. It's because the round end of it at the bottom actually lets you stir it without having to reposition your hand. If you stick it in this way, you're constantly moving your fingers around trying to stir it, but by doing this, you can stand there, carry on chatting away, look at the scenery, and stir your cocktail. So we've got it, and we're stirring it, and as we're stirring it, the ice is melting a little bit, it's mixing all the ingredients, it's toning down the alcohol of the drink, and it's just making it blended, and you're going to get the rich sweetness of the vermouth and the orangey hints of it working with the sort of the caramelly goodness of the bourbon. It's a beautiful cocktail. So, stir, 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 have a quick taste, and we're tasting it to make sure that it's not too strong and it's not too warm. It's got to be properly chilled and properly mixed. So, straight to the bottom, put my finger over the end and have a dip. Brilliant. Some people will add a little dash of the maraschino syrup from the cherries. Some people will add a little dash of maraschino liqueur just to sweeten it up. Not really my bag, to be honest, but if you want to do it, be my guest. All I'm going to do is strain away into your martini glass. And as you'd have gathered by the ingredients that have gone in it, it's not exactly an easygoing drink. It's not a drink for people that just want a nice tasting easy cocktail. You taste this and it's like you've been kicked by a donkey. It's a proper cocktail. So we've got that, and breaking with tradition for a sweet Manhattan, we're just going to go with an orange zest. And if you could see the top of this as I'm twisting this orange, what's happening, the oils from the skin are just being blasting out over the surface of that drink, and you get these little tiny droplets on it. It's beautiful actually, quite a nice effect. So got that, drop it in there, serve it to your guest, wish them good luck. Cheers.